in this problem, we need to locate negative 4/3 c if c is a number that's bigger than 1. So we have all of these potential ways that describe where negative 4/3 c is, and we have to figure out which of them is correct, if any. So we start at, I'm going to start by drawing the real number line with 0. And then here's the number 1. And then c is bigger than 1. I think we're also going to add a negative 1 here for some context. All right, and I'm going to just make a quick copy of this because I think we're going to might have to use that later. Throw that down there. Okay, so now A says we start at C. All right, so here's step 1. We're starting at C. And then we're going to reflect over 0. So reflect over 0, that's going to put us over here. So it says, all right, we're thinking of negative 4/3 times C as 4/3 times negative C. So we're attaching that negative to the C instead. And then it says push to the right. So push to the right, I don't know how far to the right, but maybe let's go here. It's a little squishy, so let's do 4/3 times negative c. So the question is, does 4/3 push our numbers to the right or to the left? But 4/3 is bigger than 1. That's going to push away from 0. So this picture is inaccurate. This is not how we would locate negative 4/3 c. All right, so, but I think the next one, all right, let's do B. The next one should work out, right? So it starts out the same. Starts out the same, reflect over 0. So we're at negative c, and then we push to the right. So there's 1, there's 2, push to the right, 4/3 times negative c. That's the third step. That is absolutely right. So this one is good. All right, now C is starting at 4/3 instead. So 0, negative 1, 1. Let's do 4/3. So we're thinking of this as, so this negative 4/3 times C. I'm not quite sure how we're going to go about this. But we're starting at 4/3 instead. And then it says reflect over 0. So we are thinking about, so there's step 1. Here's step 2. So we start at 4/3. We reflect over 0. So we are thinking of it as negative 4/3. We're keeping the negative attached to the 4/3. Then we're multiplying by C. And the directions say that we should push to the right. And we actually know, so let's push to the right. So if we just follow the directions, this is where we should end up. But we know, right, this is very similar to A. This is not where we're supposed to end up. But then if you look at question D, it says it's the same, except instead we push to the left. So with D, I'm just going to make a copy of this picture. D is exactly the same. D is exactly the same, but instead of pushing to the right at our very last step, we're going to push to the left, and that's the way that we want to push negative 4/3 c. Again, because c is bigger than 1, you're going to push away from 0. All right, so E, all right, E is going to move up here a little bit. Actually, I'm going to copy this quick. So we have some more room. Oh yeah, D was a good one. Sorry. So that's a good one. So E says let's get all our bases in. We got 1, -1. We're starting at 4/3. So step 1 is starting at 4/3. So we got our -4/3 C. It says we're pushing to the left and then reflecting. So we're thinking of it as 4/3 times -C. Or really, I guess, maybe we're thinking of it as negative. Oh, no, this is how we're thinking of it. Thinking of it as -4/3 C. So 4/3 C, so we start at 4/3, and then we push to the left. So it's indicating that, right? 4/3 C is right here, and then we're going to reflect over. So 4/3, -4/3 C is our third step. But if you notice, right, this is the same picture as A and C, which are incorrect. And the issue is, right, when we're multiplying by C, C is bigger than 1, right? So we should actually push to the right first. And that's what F says. Okay, F again, 0, 1, 4/3, -1. Let's put -4/3 in here for context. We're thinking of -4/3 C as -4/3 C. So we're starting at 4/3, and then we push to the right. That's great, right? That's 4/3 C. That's correct. C is bigger than 1. We push away, and then we reflect. So F works out. G, we're starting at C. I don't know quite how we're thinking about it yet. But let's put in 0, 1, C, -1. Let's see where we go. So start at C, then push to the left, finally reflect over 0. So this is thinking of it as negative, I mean, maybe you can think of it as C times 4/3, right? We're starting at C, and then we're doing the pushing. All right, so starting at C, push to the left, right? So thinking about landing at 4/3 C, and then reflecting over 0. Let's add -C for context. If we reflect over 0, that means we're between -C and -1. So -4/3 C, and that is not correct. H should be correct because we're doing something, we're doing something different. Okay, we got 1, we got C, we're starting at C. We're going to push to the right. That's good because if we're multiplying by 4/3, we should push to the right. And then for some context here, here's -1, -C. If we reflect 4/3 over 0, we're going to land at -4/3. -4/3 C, and that is correct.